Hey, hello. Welcome to the travel agency. What can I do for you? Ah, yes, I understand. It's a bit surprising that I am here, actually. I've been closed down for, well, I don't even remember for how long. Yeah, I've had some clients, but just people who really have to travel for their jobs, and yeah, it's mostly been quiet. Yeah, I was kind of missing to look at the world map. So I just figured I would come in and sit here and, look at the world map and at some of my travel books and just, I don't know, fantasize about the future, I guess. And, well, then you showed up. Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah, you're feeling nostalgic too. Yeah, the world has changed. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. Yeah, I can imagine. It's strange to be inside all the time. Well, it's a good thing we have our imagination, right? We can travel in our minds and we can. Oh, yeah, that's the cat. I brought her because she's now so used to having company at home. She doesn't like to be alone anymore. And I can imagine. So I just figured I could bring her along. Yeah, she knows this place. She likes it here. Yeah, if you want, feel free to join me. We could maybe create a sort of virtual imagination fantasy session. Kind of talk about what we would like to do in the future. Kind of forget about our troubles and our current situation and just think about where we would like to go in the future and maybe plan some things. And yeah, not really plan, of course, because yeah, who knows what's gonna happen, but well, you can make some plans even though you're not necessarily making appointments, or you can sort of create a wish list. Like start with a long list of places you'd like to see and make some plans and think about what you want to do. And then maybe later on you'll be able to narrow it down into a short list and yeah, see where we can go from there. Yeah, there was some traffic outside. People are leaving their houses a little bit more here now in the Netherlands. But still, a lot of things are still closed, and yeah, life is strange, especially these months. Yeah, so tell me, I've got the world map here, kinda covered by a cat, but we'll see. Maybe in a little bit she'll let us take a look. Yeah, so tell me, have you traveled a lot? Mm-hmm. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I've been there too. Oh, I love that place. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you wish you had done more, yeah. I think that is the case for many people right now. I've always been a person who, thought like, I don't want to wait till I'm older, I want to travel now, but still. Yeah. Yeah, the climate and the environment. Well, it's interesting you mentioned that. I've been thinking about that too. I don't know, this whole situation sort of makes me think about everything, evaluate everything. But the thing is, I think if this situation shows us anything, it is that people are resilient and flexible, and we can, for example, that everybody is working from home right now. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people who never thought they could do their job from home, now they're doing it. And I think maybe we can change the travel somewhat too. First of all, I think many people are right now realizing that they live in a wonderful place, that they don't necessarily have to travel to get somewhere that is special. And I think that is wonderful, and that's also what I've learned on my travels, that, for example, me being from the Netherlands, I remember visiting Bali, the island in Indonesia. And for me that was very special, in part because it is far away and it's difficult to get there, or difficult, I mean it's a long way from home if you live in the Netherlands, and it's expensive. So for me that was a special trip. And then when I was there, I saw all these youthful people from Australia and New Zealand, and for them it was actually like, well, just around the corner. For them, if they wanted to go to an island, like on a trip, but not too far, not too expensive, they would go to Bali. And I would be like, oh wow, that is such a different point of view, just depending on where you live. And I guess it's the same way for me to visit Belgium or Germany. That's like, well, it's nice, but yeah, that's just close by. I can just get into the car and I'll be there in like, I don't know, soon. But for example, a person who lives in, I don't know, Brazil or China, visiting Europe is like this big thing, that is special and not something you do every day. So, I don't know. I think it's good to realize that you can actually travel in your own city, in your own neighborhood, in your own country and region and everything. But then, the other thing that I wanted to mention, I just keep on rambling because, the cat is always the boss. I can't send her away. Hopefully she'll leave this world map. We'll see. But the other thing I thought was interesting that I started to realize is that maybe we can sort of start to, I don't know, maybe slow travel would be a good word for it. Slow traveling. And by that I mean not necessarily fly to the other side of the world and visit a country or 3 countries in like 2 weeks and then fly back home, which is something that we kind of are accustomed to because we do not have a lot of days off from work, and we do want to see the other side of the world, so it's all kind of jam-packed and fast and, like you're always behind and in a hurry. And that is a feeling that I do not care for. So maybe we could, for example, take 6 weeks, 2 months away from work, and then maybe just once every 2 years, I don't know, or maybe even every year, and work a little bit less. Yeah, live a little bit more frugal and then save up. And then if we have like 6 weeks or 2 months or maybe even 4 weeks, it's different. Because then, well, first of all, we could fly to a place. And then from that place, we could take a train, ride a bike, take a bus, do something that is environmentally not as, damaging. And then we do not have to fly all the time. And maybe we could even go across the ocean in a ship. has actually been a dream of mine, like since I was a little girl. I've always wanted to cross, well, especially the Atlantic Ocean, but basically just any big ocean. Well, any big sea, I should say, because I think all the oceans are big. Now there are all these cat hairs on the map. Yeah. I don't know, I just love cats so much, but sometimes they are a little bit annoying. But I love this sweet little animal. So yeah, we could, for example, go by ship, travel by ship. And then I don't necessarily mean a luxurious yacht or something, no, just like a regular ship. I would like to scrub the deck and, I don't know, or maybe a sailboat. And then it will be nice, because then we will not be in a hurry. And I even think we should try to get out of the touristic bubble. You know, that if you go to a different country, any country really, it's like there is this touristic path that is hard to break out of, because it's sort of like the thing that all the tourists do, and then it's easy, and there's a lot of restaurants and a lot of hotels and a lot of, I don't know, everything is just accommodating you. And then it is sort of hard to break out of that. I remember visiting Brazil once, and it was for like an exchange program for young professionals, like a kind of, I don't know, something like that. And this cat. Anyway, I was visiting Brazil, and I went to a province in the south. There was actually two provinces. One of them was called Minas Gerais, I think, and the other one, I don't remember the name. It's been years ago, more than 10 years ago actually. Well, maybe 50. Was it in 2006? Wow, it's almost 15 years ago. I'm getting older, which is a good thing, of course. Yeah, that's one of the things that's happening for me during this strange period, that I feel very grateful for many things, and I just realize that I'm grateful for many things. For one, my health, and yeah. So when I went there, I remember buying a tour guide, like, I don't know if it was The Lonely Planet or something like that. And when I came home, I tried to look for the place that I was visiting. And it was like these regions, these provinces, they were not mentioned at all. They were not in there. And it was, clear that it wasn't the most touristic part of Brazil. But then when I went there, I kind of felt like I was going off the beaten track. Like, oh wow, I'm going to a place that's not even mentioned in the tour guide. But then when I came there, life was just so normal and regular, and I mean, sure, it was different and interesting and a lot of fun, but it wasn't off the beaten track. And later on I realized that even my hometown, which is a small town in the eastern part of the Netherlands, let me see if I can get all these cat hairs, even that town probably is not mentioned, or only mentioned very briefly in the Dutch Lonely Planet. But that for me is like, I don't know, that has been the center of my existence for 18 years. So this touristic bubble is kinda, well, annoying, and it doesn't show you like the real world. Of course it's a part of the world. I mean, it exists, so it is a part of the world. But I think there's something to be said for not being in a hurry, not trying to, hit all the checkboxes. Like, you need to go to New York City, and then you need to go to the Empire State Building, and you need to do... No. I mean, you can if you want to, but there's no hurry, and there's all interesting things, like, all over the world. So here we have the world map. Let's take a look. You know, now that the cat is gone for a little bit. This is the map where you can see, like, you know, where the mountains are. For example, here, somewhat here, and here's a lot. And actually in Europe there's some pretty big mountains, but if you look at it from a world scale, it's like, no, they're not. But yeah, they are. And here's another map. But then it's with all the different countries. So yeah. Tell me, where would you like to go? Yeah, everywhere. I get that. I want to go everywhere too. So, have you been to North America? Yeah, you're not from North America now, right? I figured. Yeah, so where were you born? Oh. I didn't see that one coming. No, I mean, your English is pretty well, obviously, but I didn't really got the accent. It's because English is my second language. I'm not, I can speak English, but I do not hear all the subtleties. Yeah. Yeah, Alaska. I would like to visit that one too. Yeah. Well, for example, you could start somewhere here in Alaska, or in the north of Canada, or in the south, you know, somewhere in Canada. You could go all the way down, you know. You would have the United States of America, Mexico, Guatemala, Belize if you want to, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Honduras of course as well, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Venezuela. Yeah, whatever you want. Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina, Chile. All the way to the south. And even if you're up here, you see Russia's just here. You know, the pink one is Russia. It's only a little bit. And then you are like there. Here's Alaska again. Alaska's on here twice. That's actually kind of funny. So you have this whole continent. And then you can easily go into Africa. Or for example here, Gibraltar, the south of Spain. There's this whole other continent. Yeah. Near here you could choose. You could go like north, south, but you could also go east, west. Or like, I'm saying it the wrong way, east, west. Or like, you know, many options here. Yeah, you could do Africa on a motorcycle, sure. Yeah. It will be an adventure. Yeah. That's what I like about this slow traveling idea. You just, you know, you don't know what will happen. Yeah, sure, I can help you. Yeah, it depends on what you want, of course. I could give you some ideas, and you can think about it. And I don't think we should look at, you know, like hotels or anything, because we don't know we don't know how long all this will take and what will happen. So I think it's best to wait and see, and then maybe in a year or two or several years, I'm sure there will be a point where you'll be able to travel again, and where it will be relaxing to travel again. And then you have this list of ideas, these plans. And also, of course, at this moment in time, you're not paying any money on traveling. And that's a good thing, obviously, because that means you can maybe save up some money. Yeah. How are you doing with your job? Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, it might actually be sound to save up some money no matter what in this situation. And that way you can just set it aside for, well, whatever happens, for emergencies. And then, if all ends well, hopefully, you'll be able to use that money or some of that money for your slow traveling adventure. Yeah. Okay, let me take some notes. Okay, do you mind if I write down your information? Yeah, sure. Alright, your last name? Alright. And yeah, just an email address is good. And proton mail? Awesome. Yeah, they're very good for your privacy, right? I use them too. I love that. Okay, so slow traveling inspiration session. Okay, let me put this aside. Here. I also have this. This is the ultimate travel planner by Lonely Planet. It's in Dutch, but I can help you with it. What is really nice about this travel planner is that you can pick a time when you want to go, and then you can go from there. Now, obviously, if you want to go as soon as possible, in that case, you don't know what month you're gonna end up with. But I think I would suggest choosing the ideal time of year for whatever place you want to visit. You know, because if you have to wait, it doesn't matter if it's a few months more or less. Okay, let me go to the back of this book. And I'm gonna see if Alaska is in here. Yeah, everything is beautiful. Like I said, Alaska can just be a starting point or like a little blip along the way. So, yes, here we are. Oh, it's right here. Alaska VS 161. Yeah, I think there's just, all these lists with all the places. So, let's go to 161. Let's see. Almost. One, 6, 1. Ah, yes, here is Alaska. So, they suggest July. And now I'm gonna read upside down. I'll do my best. Oh, actually, here's the Netherlands too. That's funny. So, let's see. Alaska. So they say July is best. Let me see, July. Because the weather is good in July, and the beers. So, oh, and they actually suggest a road trip. So that is good. Good place to start. And here they suggest that you could take 2 weeks to explore Alaska. Now I think, yeah, it depends on what you want, really. 2 weeks for Alaska could be enough, but I think you could easily spend 2 months there as well if you want to. And of course, then you can also combine Alaska with something else. Now these are all places that they suggest you go in July, but I do not suggest hopping from one place to the next, because then you will be flying after all a lot. So I might say go to Canada, for example. Japan is also wonderful. Let's try and see when they suggest Canada. But clearly if Alaska is good to go in July, then Canada will be too. Obviously you can go to Canada, whenever you want. Oh wow, there are actually a lot of different places suggested in Canada. Many, many, many different places. Let's take Jasper, just because I like the name Jasper, and because I have no idea where it is exactly. 278. Yeah, no. I mean, if you work at a travel agency, you do know a lot. You usually tend to like travel yourself. And obviously you learn, but no, you do not know every place in the world. Here it is, Jasper. Suggested in December. Alright. But, yeah. I'm sure you can also visit this place. Let's see, Jasper is 350 kilometers west of Edmonton. But I also do not know where Edmonton is. Let's just try and see. What's that now? Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. Yeah. You know what? You take it home with you so you can take a look at home. Yeah. That's good. Alright. Now let's take a look. If we can find Jasper. Here is the J. Oops. I do not think it's on here. But also I don't think that. Let's see. This is the wrong map. I mean, it's not even a map. The wrong list. It was the list with the terms, so to speak. So we have another chance. Like I said, I'm doing this upside down. So, where is DJ? Ah, here it is. J. Jasper, let me see. It should be Jask. It's not here. Once again, it's not here. So we're gonna try and find Edmonton. I think then we at least have some sort of direction. Let's see. Edmonton. Edam, that's actually in the Netherlands. Edmonton. 1-5. Let me write this down with a pencil. 1-5-4. 1-5-5. I-4. J-4. here we are. Alaska, Canada, United States, Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. So, I4 and J4. So, four. I and J. This is actually complicated. I and J. 4. Somewhere here. And Edmonton. It's over here. So Jasper was 350 kilometers, which is about 200 miles, maybe, wild guess, but somewhere in that area. So I don't know exactly, but it is at the western part of the country, so that is not too far off from Alaska. Well, relatively speaking, of course, because, it will be a while. Yeah, exactly. Now tell me, you're enjoying this, right? Exactly, I'm enjoying this too. I feel like even thinking about these things and planning and being grateful for the trips that I've already made, and then starting to look forward to the trips that I might make again. And I know now that when we'll be able to travel again, I'm gonna be so happy about it, and I don't think I'll be the same person. I think it will be easy to consider the environment, for example. And I don't know. I think there will be this new joy all around us. I hope so. Yeah, I'm an optimistic person. I like to have a little bit of hope. And this way, just, at least for a while, it brings a smile to my face. And also I don't know, thinking about traveling in a way that makes me happy, and in a way that keeps us all safe as well. So, yeah. Alright. Yeah, what I can do, I can, yeah, you did like the idea, the 2-month slow travel idea. Yeah, what I can do is I can suggest you some things, that you could go to. Do you have a preference for going like the Russia way or the North America way? Yeah, like both. I get that. I can make some suggestions, and you have the book, and you can, if you have like 2 months, you can go a lot of places. And then I'll just give you some general recommendations, places that are nice, the weather, where you could go or how you could go there, and no specific yet, because that's no use. And then you can just start to dream. And yeah, I don't know if there's this word in Dutch. I'll write it down for you. It is voorbereid. And I do not know the translation in English. There might be a translation, but it basically means, like, if I would translate it, it would be like pre-joy. So it is this concept that you enjoy something before it's actually happening. And you can be like really blissfully happy, like, oh, this is coming up and I'm so happy about it. And especially with traveling, I always feel like if you make an effort with like I mentioned before, like the long list and the slow list, you can really create this wonderful experience before you're even going. Yeah, so do you know a word in English? Well, let me know next time if you come up with anything. So for now, let me see. I've got your name, email. Yeah, Jasper, Canada. I'm just gonna dive into this area, and by area I mean this part of the world. And you're okay with boats, right? Yeah, right. Okay. And I'm gonna see if I can come up with an environmentally friendly way of having an adventure. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much for dropping by. I'm happy you did. I'm happy I decided to go in today, and look what happened. It almost felt normal again. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And I wish you all the best. I hope everything stays good for you and your loved ones. And, well, we'll be in contact. Thank you.